Every generation thinks the next one is financially irresponsible, but they're all wrong. Not just a little wrong, completely wrong. Because the truth is far more uncomfortable than that. The same financial mistake keeps repeating, over and over again. Boomers blamed Gen X blamed Millennials. Millennials blame Gen Z, and Gen Z thinks they've finally figured it out, but they haven't. None of them have. Because every generation falls into the exact same trap. It just looks different on the surface. Different clothes, different technology, different lifestyles, but underneath, it's the same pattern, the same behavior, the same outcome. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's rewind for a second. Imagine a young adult starting their life. It doesn't matter if it's 1975, 1995, or today, they get their first real income. And for the first time, they feel something powerful: independence, freedom, control. And what do they do with it? They don't invest first. They don't build assets first. They upgrade their life first. Better clothes, better experiences, better comfort, because it feels right, it feels deserved, it feels normal. And that's exactly where the trap begins, not with a big mistake, but with a small decision that feels completely justified. Lifestyle first, assets later. That single pattern quietly shapes the next 10, 20, even 40 years of their life. Now let's meet for people, for different generations, for completely different lives on the surface, but watch closely, because underneath, something very familiar is happening. Robert is a boomer. He worked hard his entire life, bought a house early, stayed consistent. From the outside, he looks financially successful. He owns property, he has stability, but here's what you don't see. Most of his wealth is locked, illiquid. His lifestyle grew alongside his income. Bigger house, more expenses, more maintenance. And now, later in life, he feels something he didn't expect: pressure. Not because he failed, but because he never prioritized building flexible assets. He built a life, but not liquidity. Karen is Gen X. She watched her parents struggle, so she did everything right. Stable job, consistent income, careful decisions, but somewhere along the way, life got expensive. Responsibilities increased, kids, bills, upgrades that felt necessary. Her lifestyle didn't explode, it expanded quietly. And now she's stuck maintaining it, not building, maintaining. Every dollar has a job already. There's no breathing room, no margin. She's not reckless, she's trapped in stability. Marcus is a millennial. He thinks differently. He doesn't care as much about owning things. He values experiences, travel, freedom, living life now. And on the surface, it feels smarter, less materialistic, more meaningful. But here's the hidden pattern. He delays investing. Just a few more years, just one more trip, just one more experience. And slowly, time passes, opportunities shrink. Compound growth never gets a chance to start. He's not wasting money, but he's still delaying assets. And then there's Zoe, Gen Z, fully digital, fully aware. She's seen everything. Financial advice, side hustles, investing trends. She knows the language of money, but her environment is louder than ever. Social media, aesthetic lifestyles, constant comparison. Every day, she sees what life should look like. And even when she tries to be smart, the pressure is relentless. Small purchases, frequent upgrades. Image-driven spending. It doesn't feel like overspending. It feels like keeping up. And just like every generation before her, assets are delayed. Different lives, different beliefs. Same outcome. Lifestyle first, assets later. Now here's where it gets deeper, because this isn't just behavior. It's psychology, it's emotional, it's human nature. Lifestyle inflation doesn't feel like a mistake. It feels like progress. You earn more, so you upgrade. Slightly better choices, slightly more comfort, and it feels earned. But over time, those small upgrades become permanent expenses. And once your lifestyle expands, it almost never shrinks. Then there's social comparison, the silent pressure. You don't wake up and decide to compete. It happens automatically. You see what others have, how they live, what they wear, where they go. And your brain starts adjusting your normal. What used to feel like luxury now feels standard. What used to feel enough now feels lacking. And without realizing it, you start spending to close a gap that never truly existed. And then comes the most dangerous loop of all. I deserve it. It sounds harmless, even healthy. But repeated often enough, it becomes a financial trap. You work hard, you feel tired, you reward yourself, again and again. And over time, rewards become routine, not occasional, constant. Debt makes this even easier. Because now you don't need to wait, you don't need to earn first. You can have now, pay later, and the brain loves this. Immediate reward with delayed consequence. But the consequence always arrives, quietly, slowly, then suddenly, and the biggest illusion of all. I'll fix it later. Every generation believes this. Retirement is far away. Investing can wait, there's time, but time is the one resource you can't recover. And when people finally realize that, it's usually much later than they expected. So why does this keep happening? Why do intelligent, hardworking people fall into the same trap again and again? Because the brain is wired for short-term reward. Dopamine doesn't care about your future, it cares about now. Every purchase gives a small emotional hit, a sense of progress, a sense of control. And your brain starts linking spending with feeling better. That's dangerous. Then there's identity. People don't just spend money. They express themselves, their values, their status, their belonging. This is who I am. And once spending becomes identity, it becomes very hard to stop. Add FOMO into the mix, the fear of missing out. Not just on things, but on life itself, experiences, opportunities, moments, and suddenly, saving feels like missing out. Investing feels like delaying life, and spending feels like living.
And here's the twist. Every generation believes they're different. Boomers say, I own property. I'm secure. Gen X says, I worked for this. I deserve comfort. Millennials say, experiences matter more than money. Gen Z says, I can always make more online. Different logic. Same behavior. All of them delay asset building. So how do you break the cycle? You reverse the order. Assets first, lifestyle second, not the other way around. Before you upgrade your life, you upgrade your foundation. You build systems that grow silently, automatically, consistently. You track lifestyle inflation early, not when it's out of control, when it's small, manageable. You become aware of every upgrade before it becomes permanent. You automate investing. Remove the decision. Remove the emotion. Money flows into assets before you touch it. You create delay rules. 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. Time becomes your filter. Impulse fades. Clarity grows. You start thinking in opportunity cost. Not, can I afford this? But what is this costing me in the future? Every dollar has potential. And spending it means losing that potential. And slowly, something changes. Your habits shift. Your identity shifts. Your relationship with money shifts. Because in the end, this isn't about income. It never was. It's about behavior, patterns, decisions repeated over time. Every generation inherits the same psychology, the same impulses, the same emotional triggers, but only a few people stop, observe, and choose differently. So the real question is not which generation you belong to. The real question is, will you repeat the pattern or break it? Because wealth is not built by earning more. It's built by escaping the trap that everyone else walks into. And once you see that trap clearly, you'll never walk into it again.